Hey everyone, hope you are having a great day. Hope things are going well for you. We are going to return back to talking about Romans, and we're in Romans chapter 8. We're looking at some of the favorite passages that I have from Paul, and Romans 8 is just filled with so many of them that I realize we're not going to get through them all. So we'll talk about Romans 8 next week and then keep on moving through the book of Romans. So today I want to just look at two verses. They're really powerful verses for us in Romans 8:26 and 27. Paul wrote this. He said, "Likewise, the Spirit helps us in our weakness, for we do not know what to pray for as we ought, but the Spirit himself intercedes for us with groanings too deep for words. And he, God, who searches hearts, knows what is the mind of the Spirit, because the Spirit intercedes for the saints according to the will of God." And that is great news. The Spirit helps us in our weakness. Sometimes I know we go to God to pray and we just don't know what to pray for. Sometimes we're so overwhelmed with grief or with indecision. Sometimes it's with joy, but we just, the words don't come out and we're not sure how to say it. Sometimes we're conflicted with even what to pray for. But the beauty of what Paul is telling us is that when we don't know what we ought to pray for, the Spirit will intercede for us. And isn't that great? The Spirit of God interceding for us, calling upon the Father. So the Spirit and the Father working as one in this situation. And then later we're going to see Jesus doing that as well. And then Paul adds in verse 27, and he, and God, who searches hearts, God knows what is in the mind of the Spirit. Why? Because the Spirit intercedes for us according to the will of God. So the Spirit and is part of God. The Spirit is God. And the Spirit is interceding for us according to God's will. And so the answer is always going to be according to what the Spirit is asking for, because the Spirit will never ask for anything contrary to God's will. And so that's great news, that when we don't know what to pray for, there's the groanings of the Spirit. There's our own personal groanings. There's our deep sighs. There's our cries, our pleading, whatever word you want to use. But the Spirit will intercede for us with groanings that are too deep for words. I love that expression, that sometimes the words don't come out, but the groans, the deep sighs. And that comes from the Spirit of God to God. That is great. And that's the intricacy and yet the beauty of the way that the Trinity works for us. So hold on to that. If you're struggling, if you're going through a tough time, or the next time you do and you can't get the words out, call upon the Spirit of God. Lord, just pray for me. Lord, you know my heart. You know where I'm at. Lord, let your Spirit intercede for me. It's not an excuse not to pray, but when we're struggling, when the words can't come, when our hearts are so full and so heavy, the Spirit intercedes for us. That is great news. Hold on to that today. God bless you.